DepEd Memorandum number 28 series of 2022 or adopting tools to improve quality management of completed research at the Department of Education. Yan, familiar naman po tayo sa research management cycle. Ano po? So from call for proposal to initial screening, committee evaluation, results notification, implementation, submission and acceptance, dissemination and utilization, and archival. So as you can see, yun pong ating call for proposal and implementation ay naka-highlight as orange. Ayan. So it is highlighted as orange because dun po sa ating call for proposal, ang ginagamit po nating tool is the rubric for proposal appraisal. And doon naman po sa ating implementation, pwede na po nating ipasok dito ang ating quality control checklist. And these tools can be used to identify saan po kailangan ng technical assistance ng ating mga researchers. So ano nga po ba ang scope of use ng ating QCC? So first is acceptance of birth-funded research starting fiscal year 2022. Archival of completed research in Isaliksik and identification of areas for technical assistance. So hindi lang po talaga siya merely used for reviewing or kung titingnan natin yung quality ng isang research na na-conduct ng 2022. So pwede rin po siyang gamitin na tool to identify kung saan po kailangan ng ating mga researcher ng technical assistance. So we have this types and components po ng ating QCC. So first, we have the information sheet, which contains basic information on the research. And then a score sheet, which contains details of the quality review, including the decision. We also have the checklist, which contains the criteria and standards of a quality research, and the instruction guide, which contains the definition of criteria in the checklist, including their sub-characteristics and determining scale for evaluation. So regarding naman po sa ating determining scale, so we have, next slide please. So we have not evident, partially evident, and fully evident. So kung dun po sa ating rubric proposal appraisal, we review and nagbibigay po tayo ng grade based on sa, we give grades po on numerical values. But here we have 3. So we have not evident or NE, we have partially evident na PE, and fully evident, which is FE. So yan. So yung NE natin ay the research or all relevant sections does not evidently reflect. So wala talaga. Hindi talaga siya nag-reflect ng statements for each given criterion. So pag partially evident siya, so the research or one or more relevant sections does not evidently show the given criterion. And then kapag siya fully evident, so all relevant sections evidently show the given criteria. Ayan. So moving on po, ito na po yung tiers of disclosure natin. So we have the general public disclosure and the limited public disclosure. So paano natin siya makaklasify as general public disclosure? So these are research accepted through the quality control process or yung ating QCC, and does not have topics under research for limited public disclosure. Research which is not subjected to international regulation, and research with authors who have consented to its archival on the portal. While on the other hand, the limited public disclosure, these are research with topics related but not limited to sexual behavior, practices, conduct of illegal activities, or ethically questionable behavior. So experiences on racism, ageism, classism, discrimination and sexism, grief and loss, trauma or violence, and experience of being part of any vulnerable population. So yung ating po mga IPs and well, ayan po. And we also have research with international setting, research with pending quality control issues. So ito po ay yung mga dumaan ng QCC and still hindi pa rin po na giging fully evident ang lahat ng section. So ito po ay for fiscal year 2015 to 2021. Ito pong number 3 na limited public disclosure. Kasi ang atin pong as per policy po, as per the memorandum, lahat po ng research conducted on the fiscal year 2022 onwards must be fully evident sa lahat ng section para po siya ay ma-archive. Kasi part na po siya ng ating archiving process, ng ating research management cycle. Ayan. So ito po ang ating general guidelines in using the QCC. So the NRC, RRC, PSPRD, or the ROPPRD shall accomplish the QCC as a single body. So if less than 2 evaluators will be engaged, evaluators shall deliberate towards a consensus on evaluation results. So no evaluators with conflict of interest relative to the research for evaluation shall be engaged. Next is in accomplishing the remark section, evaluators shall provide comments, inputs, recommendations as comprehensive as possible, and specify the concerned section or the part and page of the manuscript as applicable. So dito po sa pagpo-provide po ng remarks, so hindi naman po siya necessary na kung ano yung mga kailangan baguhin or kung ano yung mga ni-recommend natin. Pwede rin po natin silang bigyan ng appreciation. So kung nagustuhan nyo yung section na yon, pwede po nating ilagay na it is well written, it is very comprehensible, ayan, ganyan. So use the checklist along with the instruction guide. Kasi yung instruction guide po natin ang may hawak kung ano po yung hinahanap dun sa checklist criteria na yon. And changing the appearance and accessibility requirements of the QCC and conversion of the checklist for digital and automated use is authorized. So ito po yung kagaya na sinasabi ko kanina na yung modifying of the substance of the checklist, yung adding or subtracting items, adding a Likert scale to each item. So hindi po siya pinapayagan. So it is strictly prohibited. So ayan po. So moving on. So we have the 4 C's of the quality control checklist. So first is credible. We also have communicable, contributory, and conforming. Tayo sa QCC for completed basic research. Ayan. So ano nga po ba yung makikita natin sa isang completed basic research? So first, we have the title page, abstract, acknowledgement, introduction of the research, literature review, research questions, scope and limitations, research methodology, sampling, yung kasama na po dun yung sampling and data collection. So we also have discussion of results and recommendations, dissemination and advocacy plans, references, and financial report. So take note po na ito po ay minimum lang. So pwede po itong madagdagan kung may gusto po kayong idagdag. Pero ito po yung minimum na gusto naming makita sa isang research paper, basic research paper. Ayan po. So first criteria is credible. So paano natin masasabi na ang isang research ay credible? So yan. So when it is a rigorous research that is context responsive, internally valid, and reliable. So siya ay transparent. So yung methods niya ay can be examined or replicated based on the researcher's truthful documentation, and syempre consistent siya sa components which are logically aligned and make a coherent set of arguments. Ayan. So yan po. Yung atin pong QCC ay naka-part po siya. Do you have 4 C's? And also naka-divide po siya dun sa 16 natin na criterion. Nakalagay na po siya kung alin po yung pasok doon sa criteria natin na credible. So first, we have the criterion participates in a scholarly and or policy discussion by citing relevant theories and or studies. So yung relevant sections po natin ay we must check the entire paper but give focus siguro sa literature review. And dun po sa ating proposal rubric criterion, makikita po natin dun sa use of related literature and proper citation. Next is utilizes a research design that is correct and appropriate for the research questions and context. Ang relevant sections niya is a research methodology, and also po sa proposal rubric criterion, siya is nasa research methods. And then describes the chosen research design and resulting research processes in a manner that is understandable to other researchers conducting similar work. So, kailangan nga po siya ay transparent and consistent. Ayan, sabi po dun sa ating 4Cs na credible. So, siya ay makikita natin sa research methodology and also sa research methods na ating proposal rubric criterion. Ayan, moving on. The criterion is written in a way that is indicative of coherent research planning. So, we must check the whole paper, and sa proposal rubric criterion, ang kanyang counterpart is a consequence of research rational research consequence of research and rational research questions, research methods, and work plan and timeline. Ayan. So we also have uses quantitative or yung statistical and or qualitative, yung thematic, yung content analysis or proper process tracing tools that are appropriate to the research questions and designed to analyze data. Ayan po. And then we also have presents its finding in a manner that is accurate and in line with the results of its data analysis and is situated with the reviewed and cited literature and studies. So makikita natin siya sa discussion of results and recommendations. Moving on, we have the contributory. So when it is a relevant research that is interesting, applicable, and current. So original research that has an original idea, uses an original procedure, and produces an original result. And syempre, siya ay generalizable. So siya ay externally valid. Ayan, so it addresses issues and challenges that are interesting, novel, and current to the group being studied. So makikita natin siya sa introduction of the research and research questions. We also have reports, results that can be utilized by at least one of the following groups: decision makers, practitioners, and members of the group being studied. So makikita natin siya sa discussion of results and recommendations, but also watch for findings cited in the abstract and introduction. So it reports new results, knowledge, and or conclusions that are falsifiable. So paano ba natin masasabi na siya ay falsifiable? Ayan. So, masasabi natin na siya ay isang falsifiable kung hindi siya nag-stop doon. So, we have the research result, and then pwede natin siyang patunayan or suportahan yung result na yon. So, it's either pwede mo siyang suportahan sa paggagawa ng panibagong research or gumawa tayo ng research na magpapatunay na hindi lahat ng research finding, ng research results, kapag kinondak yun, ayun ang lalabas. So, yun. And also, next is the report results or findings that are applicable to a broader population and useful in context other than the one studied. So, it also contributes to theory and or the knowledge base for enhancing future practice. So, next, C is the communicable. So when it is consumable, so research that is structured, understandable, and readable to the group who is supposed to use it. Accessible, research whose results are easily available to the group being studied. Ayan. So himayin po natin kung ano yung mga criterion na nasa communicable. Ayan. So documents the research process and results in accordance with the prescribed rules. So we must check the whole paper. And also utilizes language that is appropriate and understandable to the group being studied. So, dito po, hindi po tayo pwedeng gumamit ng, halimbawa, tayo ay nasa education sector and then gagamit tayo ng jargon on the medical field. So, medyo hindi po magtutugma kasi may mga words na, may mga terms na ginagamit sa medical field na iba ang meaning pagdating sa education field. Ayan po. So the last C is conforming when it is aligned with regulations, research that is compliant with current applicable regulations, siya ay ethical. So siya ay morally justifiable, open, and supports equal opportunities, and syempre siya ay sustainable. Nagpo-promote siya ng further scientific inquiry and sound policy program recommendations. Ayan. So we have last three criterion po here. So it must cite and acknowledge sources per the guidelines of only one style guide. whether required by another authority or chosen by the researcher throughout the research paper. So in here, number 14 po, criteria number 14. So hindi po kami nagbibigay ng kung ano pong gagamitin yung style guide, kung ano pong citation ang gagamitin mo. As long as siya ay uniform all throughout. So kapag ginamit niyo po yung Chicago sa first part, it must be Chicago all throughout the research paper. So kung gusto niyo pong gamitin APA, then okay lang po. As long as yung APA ay gagamitin natin sa buong research po. Ayan. So next, it secures the free, prior, informed assent, consent of research participants and their parents, legal guardians if the participants are children. So yan po, we must secure yung consent po at assent ng ating ng ating mga participants, ng ating mga research participants. Syempre po, ayaw natin silang malagay sa kung ano mang alanganin, kaya kailangan natin na tanungin. And it must be voluntary, walang pagpipilit. Ayan. And the next, so it includes a clear and feasible advocacy plan, a discussion of recommendations for future research, and a set of policy and program recommendations. So makikita natin siya sa dissemination and advocacy plans. And sa proposal, rubric criteria naman ay sa consequence of research methods and work plan and timeline. Ayan po. So next slide.
So for today, I'll be presenting the quality control checklist for completed action research. I hope no safe pa rin po tayo dyan ngayon sa Tansa. Okay, so ayan. Shown in our screen is the completed action research template based on the research management guidelines. So ito po yung makikita natin na minimum standards. Ano ba yung dapat na meron sa isang completed sa completed action research. And meron siyang title page, merong abstract, may acknowledgement, nakalagay doon yung context and rationale of research. Ano ba yung kanyang mga proposed innovation, intervention, and strategy, including the action research questions. Of course, detailed din yung ating action research methods. Napaliwanag dito sino ba yung mga participants at ano ba yung data and sources of our information. Ano ba yung methods na ginamit sa research. And of course, importante yung discussion ng results and reflection. Para sa ito yung medyo unique na sa action research, kailangan indicated ano yung action plan natin, ano ba yung gusto natin gawin doon sa napatunayan nating outcome ng ating research, and references and financial report. Alright. So ang first thing natin sa ating quality of an action research, una, credible. Na-mention na to ni Sir King kanina, kapag sinabi nating credible, kapag ang research ay yung context niya ay responsive, internally valid, and reliable. Sinasabi din na kapag ang research daw ay yung method na ginamit ay pwedeng i-replicate based on the researcher's truthful documentation. So paano ba dinocument ng isang researcher yung kanyang process? Parang pwede ba tong gamitin ng ibang researcher yung kanyang method? Kasi I believe sometimes we adapted research methods na existing lang based on literatures and studies, but we can create, kung kaya natin, gumawa ng sarili nating research method. Basta well documented and ito ay aligned sa mga existing standards ng pag-conduct ng research. Consistent, meaning yung component ay logically aligned and coherent, maayos, may alignment simula sa action research questions dun sa ating design at sa presentation ng ating results and discussion. Sometimes kasi sa action research question pa lang makikita agad natin yung magiging design ng ating research. So kapag ang tanong mo ay parang qualitative nature, dapat ang design natin ay nasa qualitative din. Kapag nag-quanti yan, medyo may misalignment na yung ating research method. Ganon din kapag ang way ng pagtatanong natin sa ating questions ay naka-quanti, dapat ang method na gagamitin natin ay quantitative in nature din. You can elaborate kung ano yung mga different approaches and designs using those two yung common natin methods, yung quali or quanti. All right. So ito po papakita lang namin yung mga criterion ng ating or minimum quality standards for action research. Dito po sa ating slides makikita natin yung criterion, yung relevant sections kung saan ba natin titignan yung ating research, o saan ba as reviewer ano ba yung dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin, no, kapag tinitingnan natin yung criteria na 'to. And lastly, yung, um, ano niya, kung saan ba siya parallel doon sa proposal rubric criteria natin. Alright, so for first criteria sa ating first C, which is credible, dapat it uses personal reflection to make a compelling case for investigation and intervention. So this criteria, no, refers to the process of drawing on personal experience of the researcher, particularly our teachers, and their insights to argue for the necessity of investigating a particular issue or by taking an action. Kaya nga siya action research, kailangan may action kang gagawin. So kailangan nag-share ng personal reflection yung teacher. They can highlight, no, the practical significance of the problem. They should also demonstrate bakit ba kailangan ito ng intervention or ng strategy. And most importantly, this criterion shall create a stronger connection with the audience, and it should make a case now for action more persuasive and relatable. Saan ba natin chine-check ang first criterion na to? For this first criterion, the relevant section for this are the entire paper, but especially tignan natin yung context and rationale ng ating action research. Of course, kailangan din nating ma-check dito, no, as reviewer, tayo po sa PPRD at sa SGOD or sa ASEPS, no, ng Planning and Research. Ano ba yung pinopropose niyang innovation and intervention and strategy? And of course, the action research question. Yung question niya ba na tinatanong ay it reflects, they uses their personal reflection for investigation or intervention. Okay, so pagdating naman sa proposal rubric, and tingnan lang natin yung mga cited literatures and yung proper citation na research. Second criterion for credible is that it utilizes a research design that is correct and appropriate for the research questions and context. Ang ibig sabihin po ng criteria na to, dapat yung research design ay well suited to the specific research question, and it should fit to the context, no, kung saan ginagawa yung study. Sometimes kasi yun, kapag yun nga nag-misalign agad yung research question natin doon sa ating design, may misalignment na yan pagdating sa results and discussion. Kailangan, dapat ang importante, no, kapag tayo tumitingin, ako po personally, kapag nagtitingin po ako ng completed research, ang una kong tinitingnan yung kanyang research problem, yung question, and then yung methods na ginamit or research design, and yung alignment ng discussion. So kapag align yun, yung tatlong parts ng research na yun, masasabi natin, no, na may appropriate or may alignment yung ating research. Number 3, it describes the chosen research design and which result to research processes in a manner that is understandable to other researchers in conducting similar work. So again, ito ay makikita sa section na action research method. So this criteria naman, ang gusto lang i-emphasize nito yung importance of clearly explaining the selected research design and the steps taken throughout the research process. Kailangan naka-detail ang kanyang mga steps na ginawa, no, throughout the research process. And dapat ma-ensure dito yung description ay accessible and comprehensible, no, para mas maintindihan ng mga researchers and of course ng ating mga readers and reviewers, no. And they can replicate and build upon the work that being studied. Of course, dapat dito meron din clarity sa outline ng method, sa procedures, it should foster transparency, no, and enhances the credibility of research. Ayan. So yan po yung first 3 criterion. Okay. Fourth criterion for credible na ating standard, it shows that the researchers pala have followed the reflect, plan, observe, and the research. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito? This criterion naman indicates that yung mga researchers natin, no, they have engaged in a systematic process. Una, dapat they reflect on the issue. Then, they plan an intervention. After planning with an intervention, syempre, they have to act on that plan. And lastly, they should observe the outcomes. meaning that this cyclical approach allows the continuous improvement and adaptation based on the real-world results ng ating research, ensuring that the research is both practical and responsive to the needs of the school natin, school community, or based on the context of our learners. Next, pag titingnan naman natin itong criteria na to, dapat reflected to sa buong paper ng completed action research. Number 5, it uses quantitative, or nakikita dito yung mga statistical tools and mechanisms that we use, no? Or qualitative, kapag gumamit pa tayo ng mga thematic analysis, we use content analysis or the other method, no, na which fall under the qualitative method. So ano ba yung mga tools? Appropriate ba to? Yung quantitative tools ba nila, yung mga statistical tools, at yung mga qualitative analysis tools ay appropriate ba to the research questions and design to analyze the data? So tama ba? Kapag ito ba yung data na, ito ba yung tool na ginamit namin, this will provide this recommendation or result ba? So dapat makita palagi natin yung alignment na yun when we are reviewing the completed action research. Kanina may na-mention sila, ma'am, no, yung compliance doon sa forms na marami nilang nasabi. So isa yun, no, as indicator na kapag nakita natin that there's an alignment, yan, makikita natin na this research may produce equality research. Number 6, so this is last for the first C natin, which is credible. It reflects on its own findings in a manner that is accurate and consistent with the result of the researcher's data analysis and engages with the researcher's understanding of the area of focus. Kaya kailangan na yan, kaya siya action research, no, it involves a reflection ng findings ng teachers. Parang tama ba to based on my observation? Consistent ba tong naging result na to based doon sa context or doon sa local na pinagkakandakan ko ng study? For the relevant section, we can check this criterion doon sa discussion of results and sa reflection part. Ayan, tama ba yung naging reflection ni teacher? So this is also unique doon sa part ng ating action research, no, yung reflection section kung saan nagre-reflect yung teacher doon sa intervention, strategy, and innovation na kanyang ginawa. Okay. Let's proceed now to the next C ng ating QCC, which is contributory. Contributory ang isang completed action research kapag ito ay interesting and applicable and siya ay current, ibig sabihin relevant. It addresses the current situation or issue. Kumbaga siya ay very timely. Pangalawa, when the research is original. Kapag ang action research natin, no, ay merong original na idea, it uses an original procedure, and it produces an original result. And lastly, it should be generalizable. Ibig sabihin ng generalizable, pwede itong ma-adapt in other context or setting, or pwedeng ma-adapt, halimbawa tayo teachers, nag-conduct tayo sa isang classroom natin. Dapat yung result ng research natin or yung methods that we use, no, can be adapted in a different context para mas maging ma-replicate at mas maging sustainable yung research. So isa yun sa mga tinitignan for this criteria. So ano ba yung mga criterion for this? Ano yung mga standards? Una, number 7, siguro moving on, it should address the real and existing issues and the challenges, no, identified by its stakeholders. Halimbawa, kapag ang isang ayun nga, magkakaiba ng context ang mga different schools at different divisions. So dapat itong ina-address ng action research, no, should be real, nangyayari, totoo siya. Halimbawa, yung low numeracy and literacy rate yan. Although it's applicable to most of the context, so ganun dapat tingnan natin, ito ba ay totoong nangyayari? So it should address an existing issue. So kasi kung hindi naman siya totoo, wala namang siyang sense doon sa pagbibigyan natin ng ating result, no, hindi siya magagamit. Kaya gusto natin yung action research ay it addresses the real issues and existing issues in a particular setting. For its relevant sections, we should check as reviewers, no, the context and rationale, the part where the innovation, intervention, and strategy is detailed, and the action research questions. Next criterion, number 8, for the contributory, dapat the research should report results that can be utilized by at least one of the following groups. Dapat magamit siya ng decision makers, ng practitioners, and members of the group being studied. Although kanina we have mentioned that most of research na ginagamit address specific classroom concern, pero siguro when we are writing our recommendation, include na natin how can this be utilized by our policymakers. So by that section pa lang, meron na agad tayong recommendation. Kasi usually, ang nagiging recommendation natin dito madalas kasi nga classroom level. So ang recommendation natin siya sa school context pa rin. Pero tignan natin in a broader context, how can this the result of this action research can provide recommendation to our decision makers or policy makers. Ayan. Last criterion for contributory, dapat the research should reports the results that can contribute to the professional development of its proponent, researchers or their peers, decision makers, and the welfare of the stakeholders. Kailangan meron siyang ambag. Ayan, may ambag na nabibigay yung ating research na ginawa. If checking tayo naman as reviewer, we can check this doon sa discussion of results, sa recommendation part, but also check for findings cited in the abstract. Related ba yung mga findings na na-cite doon sa abstract, sa context and rationale, and doon sa part ng conclusion. Siyempre, dapat hindi lang basta-basta tayo nagsa-cite ng mga related literatures and research, dapat it should align. Pag sinabing align, hindi naman dapat it support. Pwede naman it contradicts, gano'n naman siya, parang compare and contrast. Ano yung mga research na nagsusupport, ano naman yung mga research na parang hindi nagpapatunay doon sa ating findings. So para maging balance yung ating research, hindi naman porket when we are presenting a discussion and recommendation, kailangan positive lahat, Baka parang sometimes it invalidates results of other research. Pwede rin po yun. And it makes research also quality research, kahit ganun yung ma-present niyang result. Third criterion for equality action research is communicable. Yan. Pag sinabi natin communicable, hindi po siya yung communicable disease. Communicable kapag ang research natin ay can be consumed by our readers. Ibig sabihin, madali ba siyang basahin? Hindi ba siya gumagamit ng mga jargons? Yung mga pagkakasulat ba natin ay malinaw? Kumbaga kapag binasa ba natin yung research, madaling maintindihan. Pangalawa, accessible. Yung result ba ng completed action research natin ay available to the group being studied. Of course, importante na malaman din ng mga stakeholders natin ano ba yung naging result ng study natin. So we were able to communicate the result of our research doon sa mga relevant stakeholders. Dapat madali natin siyang ma-process at dapat naiintindihan nila ang ating result. So wag po natin masyadong pinapakomplika yung pagsusulat, Ibig sabihin dapat madali siyang maintindihan at nauunawaan ng mga readers po natin. First criterion for this, the research should documents the research process and results in accordance with prescribed rules. Kapag sinabi nating prescribed rules, wala naman tayong pina-follow na specific standard lalo na sa formatting and citation. Binibigay po natin ng freedom yung ating researchers. Ano ba yung kanyang style na gustong sundin? Pero take note that the style that they should follow should be consistent. Halimbawa, kung gagamit tayo ng Chicago manual of style lang gagamit natin. Kapag APA, dapat APA all throughout lang. So that's acceptable. As of the moment, we don't follow or we don't restrict researchers to follow one particular formatting. So long that it is consistent and maayos yung pagkakasulat. And of course, it should adhere to our existing guidelines, which is the research management natin, including nakapag-conduct ba ito ng informed consent, nag-follow ba ito ng maayos na process, nagkaroon ba siya ng parang maayos na data gathering process. So, yan. So, kaya ang i-check natin for this should be the whole paper of the research. And for the proposal, yan, related siya to all the criteria. Last criterion for communicable, it utilizes a language that is appropriate, understandable to the group being studied. Ayan. So dapat maging inclusive yung language na ginagamit natin dito. So maging gender sensitive din tayo. Alam ko may mga lalo na at this moment, no, mas maraming mga gender sensitive na language na kailangan natin gamitin. Lalong-lalo na ito ay ina-upload sa ating portal, at ang portal nga natin right now, hindi lang siya tinatago but it's also accessible, no, to those who have access sa ating portal. Kaya kailangan maging mindful tayo, maging sensitive to the language that we are using. Yan, kapag nagre-review tayo, ganoon din as reviewer, check natin, is the language appropriate, no, doon. Ito ba ay patok sa educational context or sa DepEd context yung ginamit ng ating researcher. And it should be understandable to the group being studied. Relevant section for this, again, let's check for the whole paper, all sections ng ating completed action research. Ayan. So, last C for our QCC is conforming. Ano po ba ibig sabihin kapag conforming? Conforming naman kapag ito ay aligned with the regulations. Ang research po natin, no, dapat compliant with current and applicable regulations. Does it follow the Data Privacy Act? Does it follow the child protection policies and all related laws and regulations in regarding the conduct of research? So dapat tayo rin, kapag halimbawa ang research natin, no, may mga involved na bata or may mga data na sensitive, i-check natin yung alignment nito sa, for example, sa data privacy protection natin, doon sa ating child protection policy and other policies na related. Ano ba yung mga policies that will affect the quality of our research? Kapag sinabi natin conforming, dapat ethical din to. Ang research natin, morally justifiable, open, and supports equal opportunities for our group being studied. So dapat wala tayong pinopromote dito na parang dinidisregard na ibang mga stakeholders or yung mga participants natin. Kailangan we provide and support equal opportunities. Wala tayong parang demote ng mga participants natin na kapag may research tayo, no, na ginagawa. And lastly, it should be sustainable research that promotes further scientific inquiry and sound policy. It provides policy and program recommendation. Ayan, dapat importante, sustainable ang ating action research. Kapag nire-review natin, does it provide scientific inquiry? Meron bang recommendation for future researchers to conduct similar study or to further validate the result of the study? Does it provide sound policy and program recommendation? Siguro dito na rin papasok sa atin, no, kapag when we are conducting orientation tayo pong mga SEPs and sa PPRD, let us emphasize that action research can also provide policy and program recommendations, particularly doon, no, sa pag-provide nila ng recommendations. Ano yung broader sense nito in a national level or in a policy level or in a policy context. So this is the last 3 criterion for conforming. Una, it should cites and acknowledges the sources per the guidelines of only one style guide. Ito yung sinasabi namin kanina, one style guide consistent across all throughout the whole paper and required by another authority or chosen by the researcher throughout the research paper. Next, second to the last criteria natin, it secures the pre-prior and informed assent or consent of research participants and their parents, legal guardians if the participants are children or minor. So kapag minor, importante, no, that we detailed how we collect or gather the informed consent, and the pre and prior consent ng ating mga participants. The same with kapag nagkakandak tayo ng study sa ating mga IPs, yan, kailangan din ng FPIC na tinatawag dyan. So importante yung mga ganong details na di-detailed natin doon sa ating action research methods, and of course, tayo kapag nagre-review, meron bang consent forms na attach yung completed documents natin or other supporting documents no na magpapatunay na ito ay nagfa-follow ng ethical standards. All right. And lastly, for the criterion for the conforming, it should includes a clear and feasible action plan and only for BERP-funded research. So we only require this for BERP-funded research. But of course, we encourage this kapag ang design is action research and kailangan merong action plan. And it points to opportunities for future intervention in studies. So kaya nga siya may action plan dapat kapag chine-check natin yung study, ano ba yung recommendation nito for future researchers na gagamitin yung same design or same outcome that the study has produced. So check natin particularly the section of action plan doon sa ating completed action research. So ayun po, basically the 4 C's for completed action and basic ay the same. So it should be credible, contributory, conforming, and it should be communicable. So those 4 C's, kapag nasunod po natin yon, it should be all fully evident. May ensure natin that our research ay masasabi natin may quality.